Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about canonical content. Within the reporting feature of our SEO tools package, which you can access from the side menu from anywhere on the site, you'll notice that we have this broken into multiple sections. We cover each of these in a lot more depth, and the one that we're going to focus on today is canonical content. Now, canonical content is the content that exists on canonical pages. So if we go to our website, raptor-dmt.com, and you look at this page, you wouldn't know whether this is canonical or non-canonical. So if we click on the view page source by right-clicking on the page, that will differ between browsers. And in here you can see that there's a canonical tag. And that canonical tag references here https://raptor-dmt.com/. And that is the exact page that we're on, and so this is a canonical page. If the URL within this canonical tag didn't match with the URL of itself, for example, if it had www in it, then this particular page would be non-canonical. A canonical page means that that is the preferred version of the content on the page. There's various different types of canonical duplication and duplicate content. For example, if a site is accessible with and without the www, that can create a canonical duplication error. And so by adding a canonical tag with a canonical link, you can determine which the canonical pages of your site are. Also, if you have content that's shared on a page from another page and in such significant quantities that it's really not the original source of the content, rather than just citing the source, you can actually set the canonical tag to say that the other page is the true source of that content. This can be done for lots of different reasons that we're not going to cover in this particular video. Now, on the reporting section of our SEO tool suite, you'll see under canonical content that there's a list of different categories or buckets that we put pages into. So the first, which is pages with less than 100 words, has the orange thermometer, meaning that it's a minor error. This just means that the page essentially has thin content. What you'll see next to that is the number for the latest crawl, which is the number of pages that have met the criteria as having less than 100 words, and you'll see how many pages in the previous crawl fall into that same category, and you'll also notice the difference here. We show this for every single type of metric, and you can also choose the date of the crawl that you want to compare. So if you wanted to compare something from before a website migration or after a website migration, or you've made some change to the site, that would be the best way to do it. Now, we break this up into different sections. So sections with 101 words to 250 words are considered just informational, because quite often these pages are intentionally containing that amount of content, but in some cases they could benefit from more content. Essentially, the more content on the page up to a certain point, the more there is for Google to understand what that page is about, and it gives you a high level of relevance to the keywords that you're trying to target. Now, if you want to see what the content that's included within these particular categories is, simply click on the number, and that will take you through to a page that shows you a little bit more information about the type of content that is under the certain word count. You'll see the word count on the page in the first column, and you also see some information about whether that page is indexable, canonical, and if it's in the sitemap. Typically, pages that don't have an awful lot of content, that are neither indexable or canonical and don't appear in the sitemap, are pages that are being used for things like SEM landing pages, and ultimately the volume of content on those pages is not something that you would consider as part of an SEO analysis. So also on this page, you'll see that there's little drop-down menus. These drop-down menus show you information about each of the different types of content or metric that we provide, what they mean, and a recommendation, or in this case saying that this is just informational. Pages with more than 2,000 words, obviously you can look at those and see if they've got pages that are particularly long and could do with some pagination to break them up. The earlier pages, such as pages with less than 100 words, says that the the word count isn't very high, and we would consider adding at least 250 words to the page. And so we provide both a visual hint with the thermometers and a description of each of the types of metrics that we show within the canonical content category. Okay, well, thanks for watching. I hope this video has been useful to you, and we look forward to seeing you